Let's have some fun with applique and sew this chicken banana table runner. We'll start by cutting out the image we want to applique, and then because the banana is going to be two different colors, we need to separate this image into those two separate pieces. Then we need some fusible web. The fusible web is glue dots on one side and then a more papery texture on the other side. Next, just trace around the pieces of our image onto the papery side of the fusible web. I also extended the banana piece so that it will overlap with the peel a bit. After that, roughly cut around these shapes and then we'll get the fabric ready. Place the glue dot side of the fusible web onto the back of the fabric and then press per manufacturer's instructions, usually about 5 seconds. Once that's adhered, we can grab our scissors and now we'll cut on the lines that we drew to cut out our shape. Keep in mind, because you are putting this on the back of the fabric, whatever shape you have will end up being a mirror image of the image you originally started with. That's especially important if you're going to use letters or anything that needs to face a certain direction. These little chicken pieces were prepped in exactly the same way, and now it's time to figure out our layout. Once that's decided, the paper of the fusible web can be peeled off, kind of like a sticker, and put in place. Some types of fusible web, this will feel sticky. This one did not. However, it's completely repositionable until you get to the pressing. Once we like the look, we can grab the iron and give it another press per manufacturer's instruction, and it will be adhered in place. I stitched the banana in place first before adding the chicks because they're going to be overlapping a bit. So I grabbed my heat erasable pen and I also added some of those accent lines to the banana to make the stitching more realistic. Lastly, we'll take this to the machine and use a narrow zigzag stitch to finish all the edges and add those accent lines. I think this brown thread really made the banana pop, but you can play around with the thread color you use for applique because different threads will give different effects, whether they blend in to the background or the shape you're appliquing. It's fun to try different things. With the banana stitched down, it's time to add the little chicks. These little chicks have some very, very tiny pieces, and so this is when it's important when you bring your iron over to press it straight down onto your shapes so that none of the pieces move around before you can stick them down. All these chicken pieces were prepped in the exact same way as the banana as well, so I'm pressing all of these pieces in place, starting with the body and the legs, but waiting to attach the head and all the other pieces because they overlap. Once all the applique is done, these squares get trimmed down to 9.5 inches and then sewn together in a line to create the base of our table runner. Next, we'll grab our border strips, lay them out in this alternating pattern, and then sew them together to create a stripy panel. Once we press all of the seams on that panel, we'll subcut it into 7 1.5-inch strips. This is such a simple way to create that checkerboard pattern. Now we'll grab 2 of our strips and seam rip the last square off of them and set those aside for the side of our table runner. Then for the long side, we'll start by grabbing 4 of these strips and sew them together in pairs. Then we'll grab our final remaining strip and seam rip 2 groups of 3 off of it. Then we'll attach those groups of 3 to the ends of the long strips. So in the end, we will have 2 1.5 by 27.5 inch strips for the top and bottom of our table runner and 2 1.5 by 11.5 inch strips for the sides. To attach these to our table runner panel, we will attach the top and bottom first and then attach the sides. Our table runner top is done, which means it's time for quilting. For the backing, you can use 1 large rectangle or grab 2 fat quarters and sew them together on the short sides. Now for the quilt sandwich, we'll add the layer of batting and the table runner top and baste those layers together. Then you can trim off some of the excess and quilt as desired. I stitched in the ditch around all the applique shapes. This table runner is almost finished. Just trim off that excess batting and backing and then use your favorite binding method to finish the edges. As a fun finishing touch, we can add these buttons as eyes for our chickens, and then we have this adorable table runner to decorate our table.